let's talk about what people think about the construction of a new parliament building. We have to look at it in perspective. GDP is at a historic low. The new parliament building has been cleared for 861.9 crore rupees. Tatas have won the new parliament building complex. This is the money which is going to be paid by the government. In fact, many MPs are asking, why spend this sort of a money during a pandemic? I mean, Central Vista bid, by the way, is going to be held separately. That is a massive, massive amount. The Congress president also said, please don't spend this money right now. Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi is now with us. Dr. Singhvi, I want to ask you, where do you stand on the issue of a new parliament? Surely the parliament complex is 100 years old. We need an upgrade. So it's no one's argument that we don't need an upgrade in our temple of democracy. But why now?
Sanket, let me be blunt. This has nothing to do with an upgrade. It has nothing to do with Tatas or L&T. They are merely contractors who are going to do the job. The issue is per se. It is, I'm sorry to use the word, one of the most harebrained schemes I've heard. 861 crores you are talking about is a drop in the ocean. It's an integrated program to do the entire Central Vista, including Parliament. I do not know what kind of stamp, what kind of philosophy, what kind of attempt to erase, alter, or supplant institutional memory is behind this harebrained scheme. But you have got an idea of what I believe.
Yeah.
I have an objection, Sanket, on 4 broad heads. And it's nothing to do with today's allocation, because today's allocation is consequential. And let me add, I'm very sad that the courts have entertained these challenges, but are not deciding it. As if they will be decided on a reversibility process when half the construction is complete. I have no hesitation in saying that. You may dismiss, you may allow, but you have to decide when the issue has some liveness and is not, and before it becomes infructuous. Well, I have 4 objections, Sanket, if your viewers are interested.
Sure.
1, massive pollution. For the next 2 years, our lives are going to be hell when you pass within 2 kilometers of what was the proudest place of India, the Rajpath area. I'm not talking of Parliament, I'm not talking of India Gate, I'm not talking of Rashtrapati Bhavan, I'm talking of that complex. It's going to be dust, pollution, all your so-called television programs television programs on so-called issues of pollution and this SPM and NO2 and all that are going to be blown to smithereens. And it's going to be consistent and continuous because it has to be done before a certain date. Number 2, approvals, proper application of mind for approvals, proper analysis and bona fide approvals are not being given. You try building a small annexi to your house and see the legal and valid, see the amount of time plan sanction takes. This record-breaking size of the project is being passed in days, weeks and months. All approvals. Why? Because here the proponent is the government itself. So who will guard the guardians? Nobody has the guts to give you honest opinion that no, this is violative of this rule, this is violative of this height, this is violative of this. Third, the concretization of Delhi frightens me. That really, really frightens me. You see, these are the lungs. Frankly, you can make beautiful buildings in every open space. I don't deny the buildings will be beautiful. I don't deny that the facilities will be fantastic. But is that a reason for concretization of every patch of green you find in this country? It's a much larger issue. And last but not the least is the money. As I said, 861 is not even a drop in the ocean. You're talking of thousands of crores for the Central Vista project. And that is not so important even. What is important is that imagine what you could have done for migrant labor with this. Imagine what you could have done for a fiscal stimuli. Khoda pahar nikla chuha. 10% stimulus became 2% fiscal. 20 lakh crores became less than 2 lakh crores fiscal, and the rest was all monetary support through banks and, all that kind of sleight of hand. So what you could have done with this money is staggering. And I'm giving 2 examples. What you can do for rural sanitation. what you can do for hundreds of problems we have. And COVID is not the point. India is a country which doesn't need it with or without COVID. India's pressing exigencies of money are, of course, heightened in a quarter of a 23% contraction and a year of possibly 10 to 14.9% contraction in GDP. So we are really scrounging around, scraping the barrel. But in the midst of this, it seems bizarre. But even without this, somebody says it's 3,000 crores, somebody says it's 4,000 crores, 5,000 crores. I don't know the figure. Nobody seems to know because all shrouded in secrecy. Let's assume a ballpark figure of 2.5 to 3,000 crores. What you can do with that money? So it's obvious. This is and it is steeped in arrogance, in obstinacy, in zid. This is the politics of zid. I have decided, I will do. You can keep on making noise. So we are now resigned to our fate. And unfortunately, institutions are failing. So you start off with a very formal, cosmetic phrase, upgradation of parliament. That's a very formal thing. It's not even the tip of the iceberg.
Correct.
I can do what you call upgradation is a synonym for renovation. I can do it tomorrow myself with contractors for 1/100th the cost of, or well, not 100, it is 1/10th the cost. It will be a fantastic building.
Dr. Singhvi, I think one point that you mentioned about the speed in which regulations or clearances were given, another point that comes to my mind is that you compare this to the number of stalled real estate projects, the number of people who are upset simply because their builder is not delivering their flats. I mean, you know, this building will be constructed in a record time of 1.5 years.
You are being very benign and very charitable. It is what I want to construct. The permission is tailored to that. It's not the other way around. I mean, can you imagine anybody in the bureaucracy in today's atmosphere and ambience raising an objection about this project? Let's smell the coffee. Let's become real. Forget the poor, lowly, puny, lower echelons. Talk of the higher top levels of the bureaucracy. Do you think anybody has the guts to take out a squeak about saying, look, this approval is anti-pollution, this approval is anti-ecology, this approval is anti-rainwater, this approval is anti-this. I mean, there are thousands of, if I or you or I go and build some small thing, you are thrown the rule book. And apart from rule book, let me tell you, in Lutyens Delhi, it is well known that an average normal sanction with absolutely no issues takes 6 months. And I am now talking of 1,000 square yards, 500 square yards.
Okay.
So, you know the story, you know the reality.
Sure.
All of us know the reality.
Okay, Dr. Singhvi, thank you very much for joining us with your views on the new parliament. Hopefully, it will be ready soon, and then you will also be seated in this new parliament building.
We'll be very happy beneficiaries. We'll enjoy the facilities, but I'll still feel sad.
Okay. Dr. Singhvi, thank you so much for joining us right here.